What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, and today I want to talk to you guys about that game right over there, Halo 5. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Halo, and I'm really excited to get back into the series. You know, put some miles on my Xbox One, and I'm freaking loving it. So I was really excited today. I was dorking around on my phone, and I saw that B is for Bravo has posted a new blog post in the Halo Waypoint, which details all the exciting new content that's going to be coming out for us later this week. So they first start off by talking about the new DLC that's coming out, the free one, Battle of Shadow and Light, which is basically just a name they came up with. It's not really any kind of themed skin or anything, or any kind of themed elements, other than what you might want to cobble together on a few of the wrecks, or maybe some of the maps are darker than others. But what the big draw with this, obviously, is Big Team Battle, which are going to be inside of 4 user-created maps using the Forge. Comes with some new wrecks, some other stuff, and I'll get into that, and a little bit of balancing and tuning. So I'm just going to run through this very briefly for you guys. They got 4 new maps coming out. As I mentioned, these are from people who are, just fans on Forge. You have Deadlock, you have Recurve, you have Basin, and you have Guillotine. And now these are all kind of homage maps. So for example, Guillotine is kind of like a reimagining of Headlong, just as an example. This is really cool because Halo is really embracing the modder community and really embracing Forge and bringing it to light. I hope 2 things come from this. The first, I would love to see more of this, even on an unofficial basis. Obviously, these maps were made by users and then polished by 343 and released. I would love to see unpolished maps make their way to the forefront. Have a game mode where it's just a random map. Now, if 343 wants to do a quick sanity check, a quick scrub beforehand before they release it into the wild, do it. Just have this happen. And I think this would be really cool because you're obviously going to get a slew of fresh content, slew of fresh maps. And if you don't like them and you want to stick to the original stuff, that's fine. But throw them in rotation, have them just be there, and I think you'll find a lot of originality will come from this, and it may spawn new ideas that 343 really didn't think of that they could then run with as professional map designers, and really accentuate some of these key features. I mean, you think about like what Counter-Strike did for the first-person shooter, or what Team Fortress 2, or even Defense of the Ancients. These are all mods that were made just by fans, and it obviously generated into these huge genres. Dota 2, obviously, on Steam is like the most played game, and Heroes of the Storm, I mean, is like everyone's love. League of Legends, and then obviously Counter-Strike with Global Offense, Team Fortress 2. This is something that really needs to come more into the forefront, and I'm really hopeful that this happens. And the second thing that I hope happens from this is they do it more often. It would be great to be called down there as super fans or as people who play the game a lot and just give some buy-in, help create a unique skin, help create a unique gun or a weapon or a sound effect or something. Because, if people know that there's a 1 in a trillion chance that they can be included in something, that's really exciting. And it's obviously everyone says, I could have done this Forge map better. Well, now's your chance to prove it. And if 343 said, you know what, if you do a really good job, we'll invite you down, I think you get even more excitement from that. So take inputs from the community. I know they do that, but I think this is a great jumping off point for even more of that going on into the future. They added a bunch of new wrecks, as I mentioned before. There's a really cool new armor called the Shinobi Armor Set. I'm going to show this to you guys on my phone there. I think that looks so amazing. And then the equally uncool, in my opinion, the Tracer Armor Set with this really goofy looking helmet. It looks like a big kind of beach ball. It's just like a big circle. I don't know. It's not doing it for me. Tons of other new wrecks, though. They got some new skins. They got the Green Machine. They got some unique weapons, the Barbed Lance light rifle, some different camo for your Gun Gooses and your Tundra, your Warthog rather. The skin's called Tundra. Scorpions, Manuses, bunch of regular armor. This is very cool. I love that they're doing this. I hope this does not stop. I know a lot of people are like saying the rec system isn't all that great and everything. I don't really have a problem with it. It's just something free to unlock. The reality is you really don't see your armor much anyway. I mean, obviously the guns is where it's at. I was fortunate enough to unlock a rec level 6 purple SMG. It's got a laser sight on it. It just has a little more range. It seems to shoot faster, maybe not. I don't know. I freaking love it. I cannot wait till I hit level 6 in any freaking wreck area so I can pull this gun out and I just use it exclusively and I have a blast with it. So knowing that there's other guns out there like that, it just excites me so much. So that's a really, really cool thing. I think the green machine is actually a really cool skin that they're coming out with now. This reminds me a lot of kind of like what Halo, of course it's Halo, what Destiny did with some of these really exotic colors. I mean, obviously the Taken King brought in these really vibrant, bright greens and these like neon colors, and I think that's cool to have you kind of stand out, and it's there if you want it. If you don't have to have it. I hope that they continue to keep feeding the machine and making more and more wrecks because it's very, very exciting. I played a ton of weekend doubles this weekend for the bonus experience, to get points even faster, to buy just gold pack after gold pack after silver pack, just earning more and more stuff. So that is really, really cool. The big piece of news for me as I just started getting into the Warzone Assault mode is that they're already doing some tuning. And the big thing I noticed when I was playing through Warzone is if you're an attacker, good luck. Now, I mean, I did win a few as an attacker, don't get me wrong, but overwhelming, the attacker always seems to lose. And the guys over at 343 have the facts to back this up. And they say here that they're trying to get out, obviously, to a 50-50. So the attacker wins half the time, the defender wins half the time. They're saying the numbers are completely skewed. And they came up with 3 unique things that they're going to implement exclusively on Warzone Assault in an attempt to try to make the gameplay more balanced, which I think we all would really appreciate. The first thing is that they're going to have faster rec leveling across the board, both attacker and defender. Now, this really helps the attacker because the defender really, you could summon a tank. I'm not saying a tank. I'm just using that as an example. Let's say a Scorpion, right? Defenders could summon a Scorpion and roll up in the battlefield, but the reality is they're going to want to be inside the building, and this is really going to help the attackers more, getting vehicles and getting power weapons faster. So they said that the rec leveling has been increased. I don't think they give a factor. They just say overall it's a little bit quicker. Do they say here? No, they don't. They just say that it's going to go up faster, and that's fine. The second big change, and this is one that I'm very excited for to see how this implements and how it really plays out, is base capture time has been decreased by a whopping 4 seconds or 20%, from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. You guys know as you're standing there trying to get this damn base, and that little triangle is just slowly filling up, and then one guy comes in and everything just stops. Sometimes that 4 seconds matters a lot. I would have actually preferred the counter to continue bleeding even a small amount if some of the attackers are in there. But I understand they want the attackers to completely own the area, weed out all the defenders. Obviously, you have a lot of these defenders running in with like cloak shields or just crouching and hiding in the corner, and it does kind of ruin the game because you're like, there's one guy left, nobody can find this guy, and it's a little frustrating. So this is a change. We'll see how healthy this is. According to them, they've played a lot of it in beta, and it's actually helping a lot. I'm eager to see that. Obviously, you don't want to have attackers just win all the time because then as a defender, it would completely suck. Lastly, the grenade count has been reduced to 1 single grenade, which effectively halves the spam that you get when you're playing as, obviously, an attacker trying to get in. And I'll tell you what, if you've played any old Team Fortress maps, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where there's a choke point, and you got demo men just sitting there spamming grenades after grenades after grenades, and it is extremely frustrating. There's zero skill involved. Obviously, as the attackers push in and die, defenders are constantly cycling through, picking up grenades off their dead bodies, and just feeding the machine, and it gets really, really boring very quickly. 1 grenade is going to help significantly. The one thing that they did not include, though, that I'm a little frustrated about is either the opportunity to choose if you wanted to be an attacker or a defender, or as soon as you enter in a match, you are mirrored. So you'll start as attacker, then you'll play as a defender afterwards. And you have maybe a time. Maybe it's a race the clock. Maybe the defenders did it in 7 minutes. Now you're an attacker. or as you're defending, they captured your base in 7 minutes. Now the timer starts as you're an attacker, and it starts at 7 minutes. That would reduce the game time in terms of bringing everything down. Because a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to play something back-to-back because it's just way too long. But I think that's a really simple, and that's not even a unique idea. That's been happening for quite a while. But at least that'll make the games go a little faster. But I'll tell you, when you queue and you're the attacker like 7 or 8 times in a row, I think I played 11 times yesterday, and 9 of them I was an attacker. It's like, oh, no more attacking, please. So I'm hopeful that this will help. But those are 2 things I think that are still really, really missing. But overall, I'm extremely excited for all this stuff that's coming out. And I'm looking forward to playing with some of my brethren on Podcast Evolve. I've been meeting up with a couple of you guys online. That's a lot of fun on our Spartan company. And having a good time with that. Hopefully Brent will put down as EA access and play with me for a little while at least. Obviously, Star Wars is coming out soon. We'll have to figure that out too. Anyways, that's all the exciting Halo news I have that I've read to you guys from B is for Bravo. I'll put a link to the entire article in the description below if you want to read it for yourself. There's some actually good information there. I did gloss over the map part. There's a lot more design, why they did what they did, but you get the idea. It's just, fan maps. It's a cool idea. So, let me know what you guys think about all the big Halo 5 news. I am very, very excited for it. I'm going to get back into the game. I got a little bit of time to burn before I got to go to bed. So that's it for me. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please do me a favor. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about where Halo 5 is going. Let me know if this DLC, this free DLC, these new maps, the new rec packs, the new game mode, if that excites you. Are you ready to jump in? Is this what it really is going to take to keep you energized in this game? Or is Iron Banner going to pull you away in Destiny? Or is Star Wars going to pull you away? I'm curious to hear from you guys. Let me know. As always, thanks for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.